Hello, my name is Curseforge and welcome back to our Multiblock Madness series. Last episode, we just got our pylon particle with the ultimate ingots. I do have this sort of automated. I just am not pulling out the ultimate ingots right this second because I want to get this multi-block built, and then we will start running those. Although we do need a whole bunch of those ingots, so it's probably should just have it turned on, to be honest. But I wanted to get this built first, and then get our Neutronium ingots. At last, we have spent quite a few episodes trying to get these Neutronium ingots, and it has been a wild ride. But we are closing in at the end. Now, this multi-block seems quite complicated. There is that. I actually have the wiki opened up as well, trying to sort this out. But it looks like we have here, we don't have enough of these vacuum chamber beams. It does look like we need more. The quest didn't get them all, so we're gonna have to figure out how many I need. But there is those, I think, the nozzles, or is it? Yeah, I think those are the nozzles because they go like in to this glass thing. We don't have enough glass either. Yeah, there's a hole, right? I can't see the hole. And then there does appear to be, trying to figure out all the different things. Like that's the heater vents, that's the coolant, obviously the power that. So beam, there is 4 fluid ports, but the quest only had us. Oh no, we did. Just kidding. All right, so that's making a little more sense. Also, we'll just throw, like I usually do, I just throw this underneath. Let's just do flux point. And then, let's see, I do need more glass as well. I should probably just go ahead and, I don't know, 300, sure, why not? Also, I need to put this destruction gadget away before I take out half of my base, which I actually ended up doing accidentally. Thank goodness for the undo button. Alright, so I think it goes something. The port goes there. That's the beam will come in there. And then, yeah, that goes on top of that, the input, and then the other side is, wait, maybe that goes up there. I don't know if those can go anywhere, but I'm just kind of following what just J. Yeah, that goes to the top like that. And then on the other side, it is the opposite. I'm pretty sure the beam does not have to have an exit. So like that. And there. All right, so there's the outputs, the inputs. If we look at the Neutronium ingot recipe, no, cosmic Neutronium. So obviously we can see 2 inputs, 2 outputs for that. Now, I mean, this seems relatively straightforward so far. Throw the, I don't know why I always do this. Like, why do I have to put the port on the bottom? But I've done it so many times now. I'm not gonna. We're not gonna change now. All right. So there's that. We got our chamber, we'll throw that in the middle. Coolant, this, and then I'm gonna have to figure out these coolant, how to cool this thing. And there is the plasma gas. So if I am looking at this correctly, this goes underneath the port. Where's the beam? I could spin this manually. Oh, no! We almost were there. Okay. It's level with the beam. All right. So I think I'm going to go like this and then like that. And fortunately, I don't have everything for this, but I think that will go there. And then that brown, whatever that chamber beam goes up like that around, I'm assuming. So how many would that be? I don't know. Let me get the glass and is that everything? Let me get this plasma glass because this is, I remember this wasn't easiest thing in the world to craft up, was it? Oh, I guess it is. Kidding. I don't think 10's enough. This is 9. This whole thing is 11, so that would be 9 across 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I'm talking about the wrong thing. That's that glass. Beam something. All right. Chamber beam. 13 more. I seem to remember that being more difficult to craft up. Okay, so there is that. And then this just goes kind of like that in between. Surrounding this. So this is, let's just place that there. I think that's just going to be empty though, but that'll make it easier to. Let's do this. That. All right. I mean, this doesn't seem super complicated yet. How many more of these do we need? Uh-oh. Oh, that cubic. Ah, that was annoying. I did it manually. I didn't do enough. Dang it. All right. I'm going to have to set that up. Also, turned off my TNT. I'm just noticing that because the ultimate ingots that we're crafting up. I just realized that. So let's turn that back on. Yeah. All the things. All right. Let me do that really quick. I'm just going to manually do these cubic things because I don't feel like setting up a whole process for it. It's the I remember this boron nitride, which is ammonia, boric acid. I don't feel like setting up a whole thing for that, so I'm just going to do it manually in a chemical reactor, and we'll come back. Okay, I ended up just making the chain. I was going to do it manually because I only needed a few more, but I'm like, yeah, let me just set this up. Easy enough, just a few chemical reactors and a crystallizer. Diborane, which we were already producing over here. So I just kind of hooked it up to this setup. Diborane, boric acid, ammonia, which is hydrogen, nitrogen, and then that gives us our boron nitrate, which gives us this one. And then we just throw that in the pressurizer. So I should have that. I don't have the last bit of it hooked up. I just manually threw some in the A system. But we should have some of the, yeah, the plasma glass. I forgot I took it out of the the system. All right, so let's throw this down, and then we'll throw down the other bit. I just want to see if we can get this formed. All right, there we go. And then we will worry about the heating part of it. Now this goes like this, right? I totally miscalculated. All right, I think that is everything though, other than these two last bits. The coolant, guess we'll throw this here. The heater vent, not entirely sure what that does, but I'm pretty sure we're going to need a input and an output. Where is output, output? All right, and then I just need, I guess, the glass, and see if that forms, not vacuum tubes. All right, do this. Let me grab my wand. Builder's Wand is very, very helpful in this pack, because some of these multi-blocks, holy cow, do they get big. Right. And then I did the two on the side, so this should hopefully form. And it didn't form. All right. Let's see. Did I put... I think I did glass everywhere. Let's hit it. Open hand. It should tell me what's wrong. Not connected to the multi-block. Okay. Do I need to go to one more in? No. That doesn't... I mean, that looks like the way it's done in the thing, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little figuring out here. I wonder if it will work if I throw, say, the heaters in. This is the way you cool it, apparently. Must be adjacent to one plasma nozzle. Well, that's a plasma nozzle there. Let me, if I throw this in, right? Plasma nozzle needs to be adjacent to it. Does that connect it? I'm assuming that would connect it. Maybe that's the JI. Oh. Well, there we go. Oh, I guess none of them are actually connected, but now that I connected the one, it connects all four. All right, well, there we go. There is the multi-block formed. Yeah, it formed it. The the heating. I'm gonna have to figure this out. The cooling. It does something. I was reading in the thing. It does something about. No, not that one. I think it's this one. It produces hot mercury. I'm not sure if that is going to happen in this recipe. I think it may happen in if we do that. Oh, no, it doesn't say. So, like, if you take muon, hydrogen, you can get deuterium, and it produces... Says it produces hot mercury. I am going to have to read this up on this because we don't obviously want this exploding anywhere. Let me just finish claiming it. I have claimed a whole bunch of stuff, so we are good. If something goes wrong, it shouldn't destroy any blocks. But I am going to have to read up on, like, heater vent, coolant vent. I don't know. Not entirely sure. When a recipe is complete, it produces both output fluids and heat. The rate of heat production, blah, blah, blah. This heat is converted into hot mercury and is covered in the quest Cooling Fusion. Oh, here it is. See, there is a lot of reading. Must be cooled passively. Produces a useful cooling product, hot mercury. Alright, so does that come out of the hot? Well, hot mercury. Vacuum heaters must be placed inside the nucleosynthesis chamber to cool it. Yeah, so these are heaters. And again, there is a bunch of them, but I don't think there is... Oh, maybe there is. Is that? No. I'd use this one. Oh, vacuum chamber heater. Okay, so these aren't the right ones. No, this is fission. Fission, fission, fission. Here we go. These are the ones. Alright, that only does 5. That does 640. Must be adjacent to at least one plasma nozzle. Well, we can fit a bunch of those in. How hot does this thing get? I guess that is the question. Also, there is a quest to hold 4 of those and 4 quartz. I don't have a quartz. Pretty sure I didn't do a recipe for the quartz yet. What is the quartz? Must be adjacent to at least 2 plasma. Well, I can just do those all along the thing. Well, that's easy. So far, these seem to be really easy recipe, or a really simple... they seem to be simple requirements. Let me check out the other ones. Let me do this. I need to hold 4 for the quest. Where are we? So, iron, 1 vacuum chamber casing. Well, that's just the outside. 1 functional beam block. 2 plasma glass. So, obsidian, a little more complicated. Quartz heater and redstone heater. Well, redstone needs to go along that beam block. Quartz needs to be 2 plasma glass, and then that would go in the middle. That is that lapis. Alright, well, let me get the diamond ones in. I could even do more, can't we? Can't we do like 8 total? That should be the quest. Ding. Oh. And he gave us mercury. Well, that's nice. So, obviously we put mercury in. Does that go in... Does that go in that? I don't know which the... I don't know what the difference between these two are. I don't know. We try to put this in? Let's see if we can put this in. Push. Alright, it is going in that. I wonder if this is just... The coolant is... I wonder if that's like our normal coolant that we do. But, alright, I am going to have to do a little bit of testing here, but if we look at these... Plasma nozzle, well, we can do like... Can't we do that there, that there? I do wish there was an easy way to tell if I've placed this wrong. Like, I don't think if I... No, because it's formed. If I, like, click on that, obviously it's not... Oh, there's coolant. Heat stored. Alright, so it doesn't really tell me. It does say to figure out the heating and then do this first. So I think I will just do this. Now the quartz must be adjacent to 2 plasma glass. Well, those are the plasma glass, so we just kind of put them in the, you know, I can fit a whole bunch of these in. There we go, and I can go, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, so I need 16 more of those I could fit in there. So should we just fill this up with, what did I say? I need 16. Should we just fill it up as much as we can? Is there anything to do with like diamond? Any other ones say diamond on here? I'm not seeing anyone say adjacent to diamond. So, alright. So, redstone quartz heater, and then the quartz. Alright, so the redstone would go all along there, because that's the beam block. And then which one was it? I don't remember. Yeah, the obsidian could go in between those two. Yeah, redstone will go along there, and then the obsidian will go in a row down there. But maybe we could do something else. All right, let me see. We could alternate between glowstone and obsidian, it looks like. I don't know which one's better. Yeah, glowstone is double. So, okay, I guess let me fill this in. Let me figure out the cooling. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, I don't know. Where did it go? It disappeared. Oh. I forgot to replace this. So this, we can fit 100 buckets of mercury. Should we fill that up as well? And it does seem like that is in the correct place. And I'll hook up the helium to this. We'll see. Okay, we are back, and I've just filled this to the brim with heaters. I think I got all the things correct. Hooked up my helium, and that does appear to be going into the coolant, which is right. Also, I hooked up a supercooler for this hot mercury, but I think I have... That is not how the hot mercury works. I think that actually just goes in a turbine and gets turned into regular mercury, and you can pipe that back and forth, and the turbine is what produces the power. So normally we would use this to produce power. Obviously we, put a beam in there, and then you could, there's lots of recipes for, nope. Yeah, lots of different recipes depending on whatever. Actually, it looks like you can only throw... Oh, there's neutron, muon, and the... No, it looks like it's just neutron or the muon that you put in there. Now each one produces more heat, and I'm just realizing it tells you how much heat is produced by the recipe. I didn't even think about that. All right, heat released 4.37 kilowatts. And I actually, the heating, where is the cooling? I saw cooling somewhere. Okay, I have way too much cooling. As we can see, I have 8,000. So I think you can actually, from what I understand is, if you want to produce power from this thing, you need to get it as close to that amount as possible. Now I'm seeing like 16. Like, how do you get it that high, the cooling? Because I have just thrown everything in here. I don't know if this can be, maybe this can be bigger. I don't know. I just built what it said in the JEI. But maybe this can actually be bigger, because I think I've got... Well, to be honest, I don't know if every single one of these is correct, because as I was placing the stuff in, I noticed... for example, at least one, and then I looked at one of these, and it says exactly one. So the obsidian needs to be adjacent to exactly one quartz heater and exactly one. So I can't have it like... I had some where they were adjacent to like 2 redstone heaters. So I don't know if I have gotten everything correct in this. And like I said, it's really hard to... I can't like click on it and have it show me like, okay, this one isn't functional, because I don't know. But I think I've pretty much got everything in as much as possible. Also, the only other one I'm not entirely sure about is the iron. It says it needs to be adjacent to a vacuum casing. Well, usually the vacuum casings and the vacuum chamber glass are kind of interchangeable. I don't know. Since these are next to glass, I'm like, are these actually functional? Does it count as the casing? Or would I actually have to replace that with casing to get those functional? I don't know. I could try this really quick. See if it makes a difference. So I have negative 8.18. If I replace these, does it change the amount? Is it like, oh, now you're actually functional? I hope not, because that would be kind of, that feels like it would be a bit weird. No, see, it didn't change the thing. What happens if I, let's see if does this make a difference? Of course, I need to have it fully formed. Yeah, see, it dropped there. All right, so they were actually functional. I figured as much. Not that these iron vacuum heaters do much, they only do 5. But I figured throw every little thing in there as much as possible. I could probably actually replace these 2 middle iron ones with redstone, now that I'm thinking about it, which, I mean, that's not really going to do a whole lot. But again, the gold, alright, that does say at least 1, so I don't think that will cause an issue. Alright, so does that like pop it up to like 8.19? Yeah, 8.19. Alright, see, I know what I'm doing. I am an expert at this. Other ones, maybe. Alright, so this one, exactly 1 functional redstone heater and 2 iron heaters. I could like switch some of this out if I wanted to, possibly. Instead of having a redstone heater, now that I'm looking at it, I could switch this one out to a iron and then have a lapis one in there. And then I can do that on both sides, and that actually increases the cooling. So as we can see, I don't have like the most efficient. I'm sure there is a, I think I did a recipe for lapis coolers, did I? Oh, maybe not, because I was like, oh, this exactly 1, that's going to be difficult. All right, let me just do this really quick, and then let me see. Usually, in general, I have noticed with these multi-blocks, these QMD things, that you usually don't put the coolers, or this one, I know it says heater, but it's cooling it. You usually don't put similar ones next to each other, in general, is what I have noticed. You usually alternate. So if we do that, so that's exactly 1 redstone. Well, there's exactly 1 redstone. And then it's next to an iron. Need 2 more iron. And then I'm gonna call it there for the all-leaf cooling. I'm not gonna mess around with it anymore. So that wouldn't have worked because it was next to 2. So yeah. So let's see if that like boosted it up. Now, if you, like I said, if you want to produce power with this thing, it says you should get it as close to the heat as possible. Probably, if you're cooling it more, you're not producing as much hot mercury, is what I'm assuming. Yeah, there we go. So it went up a whole bunch there. We went from 8.18 to 8.77. All right. So I think that I think that is everything. Let me do some more beams, and I need to melt down these ingots. I have done a backup just in case we screw something up with these ingots, because these took, I mean, these aren't, it took like all this stuff took to, so I don't want to like waste these waste these beams. So let me get this hooked up. Let me do another backup. Let me get these things melted down, and we'll put this in here, and we'll get this thing going. Okay, got this stuff melted down. I'm going to try to put it in exactly the way it says on the thing. So supercritical neutronic matrix will go on the top. And then this one will go on bottom. Not on or anything, is it? All right, it's turned on, showing that it's on, but we're not like the heating going up or anything. I think we're good. I'm not noticing any craziness. All right, so I think if we just start hitting this with that particle, we'll see something. Something will happen. Don't know if something good will happen, but see. Okay, it's happening. We got purple. Doesn't appear to be. Is that moving? I can't tell if that's moving or not. Doesn't look like it's moving. All right. Don't know if it is working or not. We are hitting it with a thing. Is it not the correct? Usually this would mean this is not the correct amount or something, which would make me kind of sad because I just I would have to readjust what we've done. I don't want to have to move this. All right. Is the amount, is the focus. Let's look at this recipe again. The energy, wait, does the energy have to be almost nothing? The amount is 4.89 million. Oh, I'm just noticing the amount we're giving it is 1.66. And it doesn't look like it is. It doesn't look like it's producing like hot mercury or anything. I don't know if this recipe just doesn't. But I'm kind of getting the this isn't working, even if it's like, even if we're nowhere near the correct amount, because that does say 4.89 million, and we're only giving it one. So I mean, that would tell me it's it's going to take a long time to do that, but it's not showing any sign of actually. I'm like, it's not showing any sign of actually progressing. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to do more Googling here and see if I can figure out what if we got the wrong particle. Is it not strong enough? Is there something, you know, because I'm not noticing right off thing. Are we giving it too much energy? Did I need to throw it through a decelerator? Is that what we did? Maybe. I didn't see any. Like on this, oh. No! Just, is there a way we can do? No. I am gonna have to throw that through a decelerator. No, I'm gonna have to move all this stuff. Ah! I can't switch Yep, I'm gonna have to move this all. For sure. Which means I don't think I can get this stuff out. Which means I'm gonna have to restore it back up. Because I'm not about to try to... Well... I'll move it. You know what? I'll send this through a decelerator. Right here. And then I'll move this to here. And I'll see if I can use the empty cycle holding to move the ports without losing those ingots. Otherwise, that's going to make me sad. All right. But anyway, we'll have to do that next episode. We're almost there. I was kind of hoping we were going to get it today, but it looks like it's going to be possibly tomorrow or next episode. So yeah, we'll do that next. So thanks for watching and have a good one.